Hey guys, welcome to Heat, Happy Energy, Amor Tarot. So, I don't know if some of you are thinking of walking away, somebody has walked away, or you are walking away already from a connection. Eight of Cups flew out. Um, and you're taking care of yourself, your own needs, because you were tired of constantly giving energy to somebody else who wasn't maybe deserving of your energy. So today's reading is going to be about if somebody has hurt you by their behavior, by avoiding responsibility, avoiding doing the right thing, by maybe betraying your trust. See, sometimes closure doesn't come from an apology. It comes from finally seeing the truth for what it is. So if you're carrying questions whether they regret what they did to you, how they behaved, what they said, what they didn't say, the broken promises, all of that, that is what we will look at today. So let's see what was the energy towards you, their energy towards you when the situation happened. Ace of Cups. Overall energy is death. See, Ace of Cups definitely talks about there was love. It's not that there were no emotions here. There was real emotion here. This wasn't empty or casual. It came from a place where something had genuinely opened in them, but at the same time, their way of expressing may have felt overwhelming or maybe inconsistent, like they didn't fully know how to hold what they were feeling. See, the energy was emotionally real, but not emotionally stable and handled well. Now, death is where the deep transformation was happening within them at that time. Something ending, something shifting, something they were internally going through. And because of that, their behavior may have felt abrupt. They maybe just went quiet, or things suddenly changed without any proper conversation, without any proper closure. This wasn't just about you. This was where they were in the middle of shedding an old version of themselves, and you got caught in that transition. See, it doesn't cause whatever they've caused. It doesn't excuse the hurt. Doesn't matter if they were you know in some sort of transition, or there was love, but it explains why things didn't stay consistent. So they were going through some major internal shift here. Let's see what are their current feelings for you right now. What are their current feelings for my viewers right now? Three of Cups, overall energy, Ace of Wands. See, they still feel this warmth towards you. There is still this attraction. The feelings are warm, drawn towards reconnecting. Like they miss the ease, the happiness, the joy, the moments that you shared together, which brought so much, um, you know, there's a pull to be around you again, to talk, to laugh, to feel that way again. At the same time, the energy can be a little surface level, like they're leaning into what feels good without fully addressing the issue. So this person may want to come back without having that conversation that is needed. So, you know, you may notice they feel you, but they're not yet going as deep as the situation truly requires. And that is why this whole situation has happened, in fact, I feel. So they feel drawn to reconnect, enjoy your presence, but they're not fully sitting with the depth of what happened. They want the comfort, they want the happiness, not the accountability. Now, Ace of Wands is the spark here that hasn't gone down. The attraction, the curiosity, the desire to start something again, it is still there. But the energy is more about excitement and momentum than emotional security, accountability right now. Again, this person could be acting emotionally immature. They maybe lack emotional intelligence. So there's a strong desire to restart, but it's driven by passion than emotional responsibility. So I'm not saying the feelings are lacking here, but this person is not willing to take the responsibility they're supposed to. That's where possibly the problem is stemming from. All right, so if this is resonating for you, do subscribe to the channel. Now let's see, do they genuinely feel regret for what they did, how they behaved, what they said, how they treated you? Queen of Pentacles, overall energy is the Moon. See, they value you. They value your presence for sure here. There is grounded awareness in them that, um, the way you showed up, the way you cared, the way you nurtured the relationship, they did not. They recognize that what you offered was genuine, and that's a quiet respect that has grown for you over time with whatever you've done for the connection for them. See, this regret feels less dramatic, more settled, like a realization that they mishandled something that was actually good for them, that actually gave them a lot of stability in whatever ways. It's not loud guilt, but it's like knowing that they didn't treat you the way you deserved. So they do feel a calm, grounded regret. I don't know if it is good enough though, um, because they are still avoiding fully facing the emotions here. There's confusion, denial, parts of the truth they're not ready to sit with, at least at this point. See, the regret comes in waves, especially maybe in quiet times, in night time, but they don't consistently hold themselves accountable. They're still justifying somewhere. They're still, compartmentalizing things. They're still telling themselves that, oh, I had to do this. What do you expect? Kind of a thing. So they're not consistently holding themselves accountable, is what I see. So while the regret exists, it's not fully processed or clearly expressed. It's clouded by avoidance, justifying the need to do or say whatever they did. Okay, what exactly do they regret the most when it comes to you at this point? Knight of Cups, overall energy, Two of Cups. See, Two of Cups is the mutual bond between the two of you. Knight of Cups is how they handled, and both are cups. There's a lot of emotion. So they regret how they handle your emotions. They know they came in with charm, they came in with feeling, but didn't follow through with same sincerity. They made you believe that they're going to offer you love, they're going to offer you this, you know, this compatibility, this mutual partnership, this equality. They did not offer you that. There's a realization that they may have said things, promised things, expressed feelings that didn't fully, that they didn't fully honor with action. So they replay moments where they could have shown up more consistently, more truthfully. They regret not matching their words and emotional expression with consistent, genuine actions. At the core, regret risking the connection, losing a connection that actually felt mutual and real. They know this wasn't one sided. There was something here that flowed both ways. And, that is what makes it heavier for them. They regret mishandling a genuine emotional connection. Here is what I see. Let's ask, why am I mixing the cards? Sorry. Okay. Okay. What do they tell themselves about what happened between the two of you? What are they telling themselves at this point? Four of Swords, overall energy, King of Cups. See, a lot of cup energy showing up. Okay. So there is definitely a lot of emotional, chaos happening here. See, right now they're telling themselves to just stay quiet, to rest the situation, to not poke at it too much. They're choosing distance over confrontation, almost convincing themselves that time will smooth everything out. There's a quiet avoidance here again, like they'd rather not revisit the full truth of whatever happened here. So in their mind, keeping things still feels safer than facing what they feel. They're telling themselves to stay silent and just let things settle instead of, acknowledging and addressing it directly. King of Cups, at the same time, they feel, they see themselves as someone who did feel deeply, someone who cared, someone, even if they didn't express it perfectly, they're holding on to the idea of their emotions were genuine, even if the actions didn't reflect it. So what? My feelings are genuine for you. What are you talking about? That's what they're telling themselves. So they justify the situation by believing their feelings were real, even if the actions didn't match. How does it matter? It's still love. So yeah. Okay. Um, why did they behave the way they did towards you? Eight of Pentacles, overall energy, Six of Wands. See, pride is one of the big things here, which made them do that. Their ego, where they feel they want control, they want to be. Also, it could be pressure of other things as well. They were deeply focused on themselves, their work, their growth, their own world was priority over your emotional well being. See, there's a sense that they didn't know how to balance effort. They could invest, but not where it truly mattered to this connection. This is where this person was focused on what should I do to build my own castle. I will see how can I get you in that castle later, but let me first focus on my own castle kind of a thing. So their behavior wasn't about lack of capacity. It was misdirected effort. See, they chose to focus on themselves and didn't put the need to put any effort in the connection. That's where it went wrong. And Six of Wands, like I said, ego is here, a need to feel in control, admired, validated, which influenced how they showed up. Um, See, control is a big issue. They want things to be their way or highway, kind of a thing. So they don't want to admit it was their fault. So they possibly even gaslit you. Um, you told them that, why this had to happen this way, why now, why at this point. They would have said something like, you keep finding faults, you don't listen, I had to do it now, I don't get time, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So whatever it was trying to gaslight you to protect their own ego. So ego and self-focus basically led them to prioritize validation over emotional accountability. All right, what are they not admitting to themselves about you and the connection right now? Six of Pentacles, overall energy, Hermit. They don't want to acknowledge that there has been imbalance. They know internally that there has been imbalance. See, um, how much you gave compared to what they have invested or they have returned. They internally know, but they don't want to acknowledge it. They know that they have messed up big time. You are the only person who kept investing. They kept, they just kept saying things, never did an action. You kept showing up the way you said you will. See, they know deep down that you showed up with more generosity, more patience, more love, more emotional availability than they did. There's an unspoken awareness that they received more than they invested here, and the truth is uncomfortable whenever you know that you have not showed up the way. You have broken promises several times, you've betrayed the other person's trust several times. Even if you don't acknowledge that, it is uncomfortable to accept. So instead of owning it, they quietly push the realization away. They are not admitting that they gave much lesser, they put in much lesser effort than you in the connection. They're aware of this truth in the moments of solitude when they sit alone. The hermit is about, sitting quietly and reflecting, but they don't they don't act on it. There's introspection happening here, but it stays internal. No outward accountability. Let's see, will they take accountability or come forward with an apology for what they have done? Six of Wands, overall energy, the Fool. See, there will be some sort of action. Both of them are action oriented cards. Um, but they want to come forward in a way where they feel respected, seen, not diminished by what happened. There's hesitation to fully own their mistakes. If it risks putting their image or puts them in a vulnerable position where um, their ego gets bruised in some way. So if they do reach out, it may carry a tone of confidence. Oh, this had to be done, you have to understand, you can't keep questioning this part of it, kind of a thing. But this is more of a gaslighting because they want to keep holding on to that position. They don't understand that you cannot come from a place of ego. Unless you come from a place of love in a relationship, unless you act with emotional intelligence, the relationship will die. See, they may reach out, but full, humble accountability feels limited to me here. The desire is there to start fresh with the Fool, to move forward. If things can reset without any accountability again, without addressing the past. So they are more inclined to restart than to fully take responsibility here. Let's see, what should you do moving forward in this situation? What is the guidance for my viewers here? King of Cups, overall energy is Star. See, stay composed. You don't have to be impulsive here. Stay emotionally balanced, feel everything, but don't lose yourself in it. Yes, you love this person, but has this person been showing up for you? You already know what love, respect, and emotional maturity looks like. You have been doing it all along. Why can't this person show up the same way? You can care, but still choose yourself at the same time. Stop giving access to this person if they can't show up the way they're supposed to show up, the way you deserve here. See, stay emotionally grounded and choose what aligns with your self respect, not just your feelings. Sometimes we just have to burn down the feelings because self respect is more important. Okay. Um, Now, overall energy being Star. See, this is focusing on your healing, focusing on what is aligned with you. Moving forward is where you pour back into yourself, you pour um, love back into yourself, restore your sense of hope and self worth here. Um, See, healing self worth and a better aligned future are opening up for you, is what I see from here. See, you don't have to beg for what is meant to, meet you with ease. You were never meant to carry something that keeps bringing you down, that didn't choose you back fully. You gave all of yourself to this connection, to this person. But if they are not choosing you fully back, then um, walk forward, knowing that the love that is right for you will never make you question your worth, will never make you question, is this is this really happening to me? Is this what I deserve? No, it will remind you of your worth. So stay, stand tall, stay in your worth. Don't settle for breadcrumbs. Don't settle for, less than what you deserve. I hope this gave you some clarity. Thank you for watching.